Hi, good evening. I'm Vijay Kalyan Jha and I welcome you to GradeUp's MBA channel. And a very good evening even to those people who are watching this session on our app. How did you do? How did you do on CAT? What's the score in DILR? Okay, so we are discussing slot 2 here. And as I was telling you in the last session also, which we started at 9 p.m., that DILR of slot 2 is definitely easier than DILR of slot 3. Absolutely no doubts about that. Okay, we have already done 3 sets in the session which we started at 9. Okay, and now we are going to do 2 more sets here. All right, I'm sure you enjoyed the last session and you're going to enjoy this session as well. Okay, provisional answer key is released on the website. I'm sure you're already aware of that. Okay, and you're aware of this as well, that we have planned 20 plus sessions for you exclusively on CAT 2020. Detailed solution of all 228 questions by CAT experts. Okay, questions to be challenged for all slots, slot 1, 2, 3. If we discover there is anything which needs to be challenged, we shall definitely let you know. All right, all the sessions to be covered in the next 3 days. We have already covered a large part of it today. Okay, 2 more days, 8th, 9th and 10th, we are going to cover this entire chapter. Overall prediction of score versus percentile, a very tricky business this time. Okay, much trickier than DILR or even the VARC. Okay, it appears that 35 is a good score in your VARC section. Do not worry. Okay, some people are very, very good. Some people I personally know and I'm aware of this, that they're very good at VARC, have scored 41, 42. Okay, so if many of you are scoring 35, that's a very good score on the VARC section of CAT this year. All right. Okay, this is going to be our 8th session since morning today. We have already discussed quantitative aptitude of slot 1, DILR of slot 1, DILR of slot 3, okay, and first part of DILR of slot 2. Okay, all right. Now, here you had this parking problem. You had this parking problem, and I'm sure you have all read it. Okay, you are already aware of the question. Okay, this is a large basement and parking lot with parking slots painted in it along a single row. Okay, so you have just one single row, okay, in which you have to park the vehicles. And if a particular vehicle is the nth vehicle to enter, that is numbered n. It's as simple as that. There are 2 kinds of vehicles, SUVs. Okay, SUVs take quite some space. Okay, so they actually occupy 2 parking slots, 2 consecutive adjacent parking slots. Okay, and then you have compact cars. You have compact cars which require exactly 1 parking slot. Any doubt? Okay, now slot 250 overall, what can I expect? We shall have a session for that care, don't you worry. Okay, so here we have to concentrate on these questions. All right, so I'm sure you're all well aware of this and you have already read the question. Okay, so let's come to the business part of this, and they have given a very good example also. Let's say 5 vehicles, okay, 5 vehicles come to this parking slot. First one will come and will get the first slot, then 2, then 3, then 4, and then 5. Okay, out of these 5, 1, 3 and 5 are compact cars. This is a compact car, this also is a compact car, this also is a compact car, whereas 2 and 4 are SUVs. So what will be the case? The case will be actually like 1. Okay, in 2 slots you would have 2, then 1 slot 3, then 4, 4 and 5, right? Now, if cars 2 and 5 vacate their slots, so if 2 and 5 vacate their slots, you will have 1, 2 vacancies. Okay, then you will have 3, then 4, 4, and there would be a vacancy here as well, right? So you will get 1 VV, 3 and 4. Of course, here I have written 4, 4 for your understanding because this is an SUV. All right, but otherwise that would be written 1 VV, 3, 4. Okay, but if this 4 again vacates the place. It will be 1 VV 3 VV. And in fact, if it vacates the place, even this VV will not be written. It will be 1 VV 3. This is how this is. This is how this is. Any idea? Any idea that from which set of, okay, from which set of the past year DILR set this was taken? We all ask you to do all previous CAT papers. You had a very similar question. You had a very similar DILR set, okay, in one of the past CAT papers. We shall discuss that as well. All right. Okay. So let's move to the business part of the question. Initially, cars numbered 1, 2, 3 and 4 arrived, among which 1 and 4 are SUVs, while 2 and 3 are compact cars. Okay. So the sequence would be 1, 2, 3 and 4. And this also is given. This also is given that 1 and 4 are SUVs. This is SUVs. 1 and 4 are SUVs. And 2 and 3 are compact cars. All right, that's okay. Car 1 then leaves. Okay, if car 1 leaves, then this will become, since this is an SUV, it must have occupied 2 places. So vacant, 2, 3, 4. Followed by the arrival of car 5, a compact car. Okay, so it's a compact car. So it will, the very first slot which it will get, it will occupy this. So it will be 5V, 2, 3, 4. Right? Arrivals of car 5, a compact car, and car 6, an SUV. And mind you, now an SUV is coming. Okay, so this place is not sufficient for an SUV. Okay, so 6, you will not be able to put it here. 2, 3, 4, so 6 will come here. Okay. Okay, car 4 then leaves. Now this will become 5V2 3. Car 4 leaves, and since this is an SUV, it will create 2 vacant places and you have 6 here. Then car 7 and car 8. Car 7 is an SUV and car 8 a compact car. So when car 7 comes, 5, it won't be, you won't be able to accommodate it here. 5V2 3, but you would be able to accommodate it here because there are 2 places. C. And then you get a compact car as well. Car number 8 is a compact car. Compact car will be able to occupy this positions. This 5, 8, 2, 3, 7, 6. This is the final, okay, configuration. Any doubt here? Any question? Any doubt? Any question here? Okay, now what is the question here? At this moment, which among the following numbered car is parked next to car 3? This is car 3. Next to that is car number 7. Okay, next could be in either left or right. Okay, luckily 2 is not among the options. 2 is not among the options. So, of course, your answer is 7. All right. Okay, I would not delete it. Let's come to question 7. Suppose 8 cars have arrived, of which 2 have left. Also, suppose that car 4 is a compact car. Okay. And car 7 is an SUV. Okay. Which of the following is the possible current configuration of the parking lot? Very interesting question. In fact, I was discussing this particular question with a friend come colleague. Okay. And I told him how I did it and what is the thing to be kept in mind while doing this question. Okay. So 8 cars have arrived. Look at the options. Only 2 cars which have left. Only 2 cars which have left are cars 1 and 4. Cars 1 and 4. These are the only 2 cars which have left. 4 is a compact car. Car 4 is a compact car. Compact. By the way, car 7 is an SUV. SUV. All right. Now these are the options. Okay, he asked me that this is slightly tricky. I told him that it didn't bother me much, and I'll tell you why. First of all, look here, option 4. This place was vacated by, okay, a compact car, 4. This is the position of car number 4. which is a compact car. Car number 7 is an SUV. How would it be able to fit in here? So this is certainly out of contention. Now, please look at options 1, 2 and 3 carefully. 823V657, 823V576, 823V567. One thing is for sure that 823V is common here, here and here. Okay, then it all boils down to just one thing, 657, 576 or 567. When this came to me, I asked myself a question. Okay, 8 cars have arrived, of which 2 have left. Is that possible that you got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 and 8? Okay, and then 2 left. Okay, 2 left, and these 2 cars which left are not like this. This won't be possible, okay, because 8 comes here. So, is it possible that 7 of them arrived? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, then 1 left. Okay, 1 left, and hence, when 8 had to come, 8 will come here. 8 will come here, then it will be 8, 2, 3, okay, 4, 5, 6 and 7, right? Now what if 4 leaves? Then this will become 8, 2, 3, V, 5, 6, 7. So this is very much possible. 8, 2, 3, V, 5, 6, 7 is very much possible. How? Let's say you get 7 cars, one after another, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Then after 1 leaves, okay, now 8 will definitely take its possession. 8 will come here. All right, we are talking about possibility. Quite possible that 1 and 8, they are both of the same size. Okay, so 8, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 it would be. Then what if 4 leaves? It will become 8, 2, 3V, 5, 6, 7. So 8, 2, 3V, 5, 6, 7 is more than possible. Another question. So as far marking the answer in the examination is concerned, with this ease, I will mark 3 as the answer. Okay, now there are 2 things which we need to keep in mind. 823V, 823V. Okay, car number 1 has certainly left and 8 has taken the possession of car number 1. Okay, the other car to have left is car number 4. Okay, why would this sequence 576, from where would you get this 576? What would disturb this? There are only 2 cars which are to leave, cars 1 and car 4. They have already left. Okay, so why would this sequence be disturbed? So 657, 576 is out of question. This is out of question because an SUV cannot be accommodated in place of, okay, a compact car. So of course that is one way of looking at that. Another way of looking at that, as I told you, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, then 1 leaves and 8 takes its possession. Then 4 also leaves and you get 8, 2, 3, 5, 6, 7. It's as simple as that. Any doubt? Any doubt, anyone? Anuj is asking, what is 99.6 percentile in slot 3? ये तो लाख टके का प्रश्न है भैया. Very difficult to answer. All right, so let's move from here. Let's move from question number 16. Question number 17. I do not think that this was a difficult question, and I will tell you how. Suppose the sequence at some point of time is 4, 5, 6, V3. Okay. Look, one thing is for sure. One thing is for sure, that car number 3, the sequence is 4, 5, 6, V and 3. Okay. So this 3 must have been the third car to come. To the left of it, okay, at the most you have 2 cars. 1 and 2, but there are 4 positions now. There are 3 cars and 1 V. So there are 4 positions now to the left of 3. Okay, initially these 4 positions must have been occupied by just 2 cars, 1 and 2, which means that cars 1 and 2 must have been SUVs. Okay, and now in those 4 positions, you have 4, 5, 6, and there is 1 vacant place also. So this also means that 4, 5, and 6, they must be compact cars. This is as simple as that. Okay, this is as simple as that. So now, which of the following is not necessarily true? Not is here. Okay. Car 3 is an SUV. So car 3 is an SUV. We do not know. It may be, it may not be. We are not concerned. Car 5 is a compact. Car 5 is a compact. So this is true. Okay. Car 1 is an SUV, of course. Again, true. Okay. Car 4 is compact. Look here. Car 4 is compact. This also is true. All right. So which of the following is not necessarily true? Car 3 is an SUV. It may be an SUV. Okay. It may not be an SUV. It may be a compact car. It may be an SUV. But we do not know. So this is not necessarily true. We are not saying that this is false. But 2, 3 and 4 are definitely true. For sure. Any doubt? Any doubt? So let's move to the next one. Question number 8. Now I rate this question as difficult. I rate this question as difficult, or probably, okay. I could do it only with lots of deliberation. Okay, but now of course, since I've worked on this, so I can make you believe that this was easy to do. All right, but this took me a bit of effort. Okay, there were 2 questions, okay, on which I had to spend a bit of time. I mean, a bit of time, that does not mean that the amount of time which was needed in slot 3. Okay, but probably I had to think for it for 3 to 4 minutes. All right. So look at this sequence. Suppose car 4 is not the first car to leave. This is extremely important. In fact, I did not pay attention to this, and which is why I kept suffering. Car 4 is not the first car to leave. So it is not possible that many cars will come and the car number 4 will be the first one to leave. Okay. And the sequence at a time between the arrival of car 7. So car 7 has already arrived, but car 8 is yet to arrive. The sequence is V, 7, 3, 6 and 5. And mind you, 6 is here. Okay. And car 4 is not the first car to leave. Okay. Now, here ideally, we had to get 4. Okay, so 4 had certainly vacated this place. So try to see the situation just before the arrival of 6. Of course, you would not have any 7 because 7 can come only after arrival of 6. So vacant place here. Okay, and quite possible either it was like this, V2, 3, vacant, 5. Okay, why? Because if 4 has left, 1 of 1 and 2 must have left 2, or 1 vacant, okay, 3 V5. Just before 6 came, one of these 2 must have been the case. One of these 2 must have been the case. So maybe VV, 3 V5. All right, we do not know. All right. So, but one thing is for sure. One thing is for sure. Okay, there could have been this case as well. No third case would have been there. Okay. Now, 6 had to come here. But in this case, had 6 been a compact car, it would have occupied this. It would have occupied this. Okay. In the second case, had 6 been a compact car, okay, it would have occupied this place. It would have certainly occupied this place. But despite having a vacancy in either of the cases, if ultimately 6 had to move here, okay, in between 3 and 5. So it must have happened for a reason. Okay, it must have happened for a reason. And one thing is for sure, that car 6 is certainly not compact. Car 6 is an SUV. So of course, this becomes your answer. Any doubt? Okay, Akash Goyal is saying my score is 33 in verbal, which is a nice score, 35 in quant, 68 and only 12 in LRDI. Which slot, Akash? Which slot? Which slot you need to tell me? Okay, any difficulty here on this question? Any difficulty here? And then if you ask me that V7365, how did we get this V7365? So let's say at this stage, okay, 6 comes. So it would be 1V365. Okay. Now what happens here? Now 7 has to come. Okay. So 7 can definitely, in the first case here, 7 can V. Okay. 7 is the V. Acha. So you have 1 here. Okay. 7, 3, 6, 5. It will become like this, and then 1 vacates. Okay. So this will become V7365. This is how this is possible. This is how this is possible. So you need to be slightly imaginative. Okay, but these are doable sets. But one thing is for sure, that car 6 couldn't have been a compact car. All right. Any doubt here? Anyone? Okay, so let's move from here and move to the next set. Now this set had 6 questions. The scheduling case had 6 questions. Out of these six, 3 of them could have been done in a jiffy. They were not conditional. Remaining 3 had some conditions attached to them. Okay. Remaining three questions had some conditions attached to them. All right. So let's do this question. Okay. And look at it very carefully. I believe, Akash Goyal, that you should be scoring 68 and 12, 80. You should be scoring around 90 percentile, I believe. Okay. All right. Here on this page, I will get a bit of space to solve this question. So I remember most of it, and we might keep going back to the previous screen in order to do that. There are 8 students. A, B, C, D, E, F, G, and H. All right. Out of these 8, 4 of them, okay, they have to do a seminar on economics. Then 3 of them have to do it on sociology. Okay, and 1 on anthro. All right. One more condition is given, that there are 5 guides, P, Q, R, S, T. And in fact, I believe that they have given some extra information also here in this set. I will tell you how. P, R, and T, they are guides of, they guide 2 people each. So needless to say that Q and S have to guide 1 person each. Okay, so they have given this additional information, redundant information also, that Q and S guide 1 person each. So this is how this is. Okay. Then there are only 3 rooms available, and there are 4 slots. These slots are, I will write here, 9, 9:30, 10 o'clock, and 10:30. Okay. These are the 4 slots. All right. And this also is given that if there is a guide who has 2 students, okay, these 2 students must present, okay, in 2 consecutive slots. They must present in 2 consecutive slots. Okay. And a particular guide, okay, can deal with just 1 subject. So of course, there would be some people who would be guiding students on eco, then there would be some who would be guiding on socio, then there would be some who would be guiding on anthro. All right. You have some more conditions here. Some more conditions. Condition number 1, seminars by students from economics are scheduled in each of the 4 slots. Oh. Okay. So economics here as well. Okay, economics here too, and economics here too. All right. Condition number 2. A is the only seminar that is scheduled at 10 a.m. A is guided by R. A is the only seminar scheduled at 10 only, and A is guided by R. So this tells me two things. That A, of course, is a student of economics. So let's put A here. We shall put some more. And in this, we are putting the names of the guide. So R is someone who is a guide of economics. All right. Okay. Now, the third condition is F is an anthropology student whose seminar is scheduled at 10:30 a.m. F is an anthropology student. Okay. So eco is already there at 10:30. We can have one anthro as well, because from anthro anyway there is one student. So F is an anthropology student. Okay, we do not yet know his guide. And look at one thing. Since there is only one student of anthropology, okay, and Q guides only one person, S also guides only one person, so it would be either Q or S guiding F. So it would be either Q or S. Okay, guiding F. And of course, there would be a person from economics as well here. All right. What else? Let's get back. 1, 2, and 3 we have already done. This we have done. This we have done. Is guided by R. This also we have done. The seminar of a sociology student is scheduled at 9 a.m. Okay. Condition number 4, that one sociology student, okay, has a seminar at 9. Okay, bhaiya. So we have at 9 we have already put eco. Let's put sociology as well. Eco, socio. All right. Come here. Condition number 5. B and G are both sociology students whose seminars are scheduled in the same slot. B and G are sociology students, okay, whose seminars are in the same slot. And the seminar of an economics student who is guided by T is also scheduled in the same slot. So B and G and a person, B and G are sociology students, and then they are in the same slot along with a person, okay, who is guided by an economics student, okay, an economics student who is guided by T. Okay. So let me put it here, that B guided by someone, okay, G also guided by someone, and T, or someone who is guided by T. All three of them are in the same slot. All right. Okay. So, and the seminar of an economics student who is guided by T is also scheduled in the same slot. So we have taken care of condition number 5 as well. Condition number 6 is P who is guiding both B and C. P who is guiding both B and C has students scheduled in the first 2 slots. P who is guiding both B and C, okay, has his students in the first 2 slots. P who is guiding both B and C has students scheduled in the first 2 slots. All right. So P who is guiding both B and C. So guide of B is P, and since B is from sociology, okay, so one thing is clear, that B, C and P are certainly, B, G and C are certainly, B and G anyway it was given are sociology students, and this also is given that B and C are guided by P who teaches sociology, right? P who is guiding both B and C. So if P is guiding both B and C, and B is a student of sociology, so C also would certainly be a student of sociology, okay, and G is also a sociology student, okay. So this is complete BCG who are socio students. B, C and G, B, C and G. B, C and G are socio students, okay, and P, trainer P is slotted in slots 1 and 2. Okay, in the first two slots, that also is given. All right. So, okay, the moderator is saying that my accent is very different, very difficult to understand. I'm sorry, I cannot change it right away. Okay. So, okay, B, C, and G are socio, right? Anthro is F. Anthro is F, right? So, whatever is left, 4 are left now. All 4 of them have got to be economics students, right? So, A, D, E, and H. These four, okay, certainly are students of economics. And mind you, one more thing is given. One more thing is given. And that thing is that if sociology is being studied by 3 students and there are 2 guides, okay, or rather there have to be 2 guides for sociology, and I'll tell you why. One must be teaching 2 and one must be teaching 1. Okay, so we can have P here. And in case of economics, okay, economics is studied by 4, but there have to be at the most 2 guides, 2 plus 2. So P is here, and of P, R, and T, P is here for sociology. So R and T, they must be the guides of economics. R and T must be the guides of economics. All right. So in case of sociology, okay, P and 1 of Q and S. Okay, in case of anthro, Q or S. All right, this is how this is going to be. Now let's look at the last condition. A and G are scheduled in 2 consecutive slots. A and G are scheduled in 2 consecutive slots. A is here in the 3rd slot. Okay, so G has to be either in the 2nd or the 4th. But G has B also with him. Okay, you already have F here. Okay, you already have F here. So can you put, and moreover, B is being trained by P. Okay, so B cannot be here. There are only 2 slots for P, this and this. There are only 2 slots for P, these 2. Okay, so if these 2 are the slots for P, okay, and B and G are together, and G and A have to be in consecutive slots, it means only one thing. It means B is here, okay, G also is here, all right, G also is here, and G, mind you, is a sociology student, and there is one more eco student who is being trained by T. These are the 3 people in this slot. Okay, anyway, you have just one person in this slot, all right, and mind you, since we know now that for economics there are 2 guides, R as well as T, and R has to, okay, be in 2 consecutive slots. Similarly, T also has to be in 2 consecutive slots. So one thing is for sure, that there would be a slot for R here, and here we shall have a student of economics. Okay. Similarly, first 2 slots will then go to T. First 2 slots will then go to T. So T here, and of course you have T here. So T, T, R, R. Okay. Q and S we do not know. If this is Q in slot 4, in slot 3 we shall have S. So as it stands now, in the first slot you have 2 lectures. In the second slot 3. Here you have 1 lecture, and here you have again 2 lectures or 2 presentations. Any doubt? Any doubt? All right. Thank you, cricket guy. So this is how this is. Now, which of the following statements is true? 2 seminars are scheduled in the first slot. Of course. Okay, 1 presentation would be taken by P and the other by T. All right. So this is correct. And we shall keep coming back to this particular slide. Where are we? So this is correct. Okay. All right. Now, okay. One more thing here. Who are the students of economics? A, D, E, H. For A, we already have a place here. Okay. And D, E, and H, they will keep shifting. For F, we already have a place here. For B and G also, we have a place here. And mind you, B and C are both B, C, and G. They study socio. Okay. So P takes 2 sessions, and B and C, they are both students of P. So C will come here. So you have a fixed slot for C, you have a fixed slot for B and G, you have a fixed slot for A, you have a fixed slot for F, right? So D, E and H, they are variable. Okay, D, E and H, they are variable. All right, so let's move from here. Let's look at the second question. Who all are not guiding any economics students? So R and T are the only people who guide economics students. So P, Q, and S, they do not guide economics students. Okay, R and T are the only people, 2 into 2, R and T, right? They guide economics students. So P, Q, and S. P is for socio. Of Q and S, one is for socio and one is for anthropology. Okay, but one thing is for sure, that P, Q, and S, right, do not guide students for economics. So question B, question 20 is a dolly. Question 19 is also a dolly. Okay, because straight away you have to get that how many people are there in the first slot. Let's look at question 21. I believe this also is a dolly. Which of the following statements is necessarily true? We have already seen that A, D, E, and H are students of economics. Okay. So here also H is an economics student. Okay, for sure, because we have already been able to identify all 4 or rather the subject of all 8 students. Right? Okay. Now let's move from here. Let's come to question number 22. Now question number 22, 23, and 24, okay, are the actual challenges, but not very big challenges also. Okay. D is scheduled in a slot later than Q. Mind you, Q is a guide and D is a student. D is scheduled in a slot later than Q. Okay, then which of the following statements are true? Okay, D after Q. All right. So D has to be after Q. Look, here you already have 2 people. At 9 o'clock slot, you have P and T. So you cannot have Q here. At 9 o'clock slot, right, you already have P and T. Okay, at 9:30, you have P, you have T. About G, we do not know. It's either, right, Q or S. So if this is Q, D cannot be here. D certainly cannot be here. Okay, why? What is the question? The question is that if D is scheduled in a slot later than Q's. Okay, D is scheduled in a slot later than Q. So my first question is, can you have Q here? Yes, you can have Q here. Can you have Q here? No, you cannot have Q here, because if you have Q here, there is no slot after D. So where would you be putting D? Okay, so that way Q will have to be here. So this will become Fs. Okay, and Q will have to be here and D will have to be here. Okay, studying economics from R. All right. So the guide of G will then be Q. Please keep that in mind. All right. So what's the question? If D is scheduled in a slot later than Q's, okay, then of course the only slot possible for D would be 10:30, right? Which of the following statements are true? E and H are guided by T. So A and D, we have already decided that D would be here, A is here. Okay. So if D and A we take out, E and H will have to be put here. We do not know where shall we put E and where shall we put H, but E and H will have to be put in the first two slots for sure. So if E and H are put in the first two slots and they study economics, or they are the students of economics, of course they would be guided by T. Alright, so of course that is very much true. Okay, so E and H are guided by T, that is very much true. G is guided by Q is also true. Okay, because the moment we say that D is in a slot later than Q, so Q cannot be here, so of course Q is here, and if Q is here, Q has got to be a guide of sociology. Alright, so that's the thing. Alright, let's move from here. Now let's come to, unfortunately we have to do a lot of to and fro. So if both are true, of course 1 as well as 2 are necessarily correct. Okay, now let's look at question number 23. If E and Q are both scheduled in the same slot, E and Q are both scheduled in the same slot. Mind you, E and Q. Okay, E is a student and Q is a guide, not necessarily of the same subject. Then what about D, H and T? E and Q are scheduled in the same slot. Now if we have to schedule E and Q in the same slot, okay, we do not have any space for Q here. Mind you, P and T have already occupied this. We cannot put E and Q here either. Okay, so that way we can put E and Q here. Okay, Q is, or I mean, this was conditional. Okay, so that way G again would be guided by Q and E can be put here. All right. So one thing is for sure. If we put E and Q either here or here, if we put E and Q here, E and A are there. Okay, we cannot put E here for sure. If we cannot put E here, A is already here at 10 o'clock. We cannot put E at 9 o'clock. Okay, so A and E will go. One of D and H will certainly be in the first slot. E would be either here at 9:30 or at 10:30. A is at 10 o'clock. Okay, so A and E are certainly not there in the first slot. Okay, so it would be either D or H in the first slot. So at least one of D and H has to be guided by T. Isn't that? Has to be guided by T. That has to be true. Okay, at least one of D and H is guided by T, because at least one of D and H would be there. At least one of D and H would be there at 9:30 slot. Sorry, not 9:30, 9 o'clock slot. Because A and E, there are 4 students, A, D, E and H. Okay, A is in the 3rd slot. Okay, as per this question, okay, E would be either in the 2nd or 4th. Okay, it means one of D and H will certainly be there in the 1st slot. Alright, that is how this is. Now the last question here. D is scheduled in the slot immediately before Q's. D is scheduled in the slot immediately before Q. Then which of the following is not necessarily true? D is scheduled immediately before Q. Come to the main page. I forgot the question also. D is scheduled in the slot immediately before Q. D before Q. If D is before Q, okay, Q is either here in slot 4 or slot 2. Okay, slot 4 or slot 2. So, if D is before Q, okay, if Q is here, D will have to be put here. But in the 3rd slot, we have only A. We cannot put D. So this cannot be Q. So this is Fs. Then Q, as per this condition, Q has to be here. So it would be, he would be the guide of G. Okay, and then D will have to be put here. D will have to be put here, and D would be trained by T, because D is a student of economics. Okay, so what now? What is the question? The question is, If D is scheduled in the slot immediately before Q, so D will be in the first slot. Which of the following is not necessarily true? D is guided by T. D is certainly guided by T. G is guided by Q. In the second slot, of course, G is being guided by Q. In the fourth slot, okay, F is being guided by S because Q is in the second slot. All right. So which of the following is not necessarily true? E is guided by R. This is not necessarily true. Okay. E can be guided by R. E can be guided by T as well. Okay. E can be guided by R. E can be guided by T as well. Okay. Depending on whether we put E in the second slot or the fourth slot. So E can be guided by R as well as T. Any doubt? So that is all for this. So today we have already taken 8 sessions related to CAT 2020. Hope these sessions were helpful. Okay, we are going to take a good number of sessions tomorrow as well. All right. So please stay tuned in. And please keep that in mind that you'll have just 12 days for SNAP 2020, 26 days for AXAT 2021, and for IIFT 2021, 47 days. Oh, and if you interchange the digits of 47, you get 74. And for TISNET 2021, you're left with 74 days. It appears that probably the date of CMAT is also out because my friends have put it here. So 81 to 82 days for CMAT 2021 and for Maharashtra CET, of which Pranab Pant had got AIR 2 is 97 plus days away. All right. And important courses for 2021 cycle. Okay, of course, Mission MBA is there, in which we are guiding you for SNAP, IIFT, AXAT, TISNET, CMAT, MAT and Maharashtra CET 2021. Then, of course, we have a decision making and verbal ability course for the AXAT 2021. For GK and current affairs, we have IIFT, AXAT, CMAT and MAT. Okay, GK and current affairs course for IIFT, AXAT, CMAT and MAT. And special course for GD, WAT, PI for those people who have done good or are going to do good in any of the written examinations. Okay, for the next level of preparations. What else? Of course, most important, a course for CAT 2021 as well. What will be the structure of CAT 2021? Would it be a 2-hour test? Unlikely. We believe that they will revert to, okay, a 3-hour format. So we have a comprehensive course for CAT 2021, expert guidance by CAT toppers. I'm sure all these toppers, all these topper faculty members are well known to you now. Okay, exhaustive day-wise study plan covering the entire CAT syllabus. All topics covered through live classes and quizzes the way I'm live to you today, right? Okay, includes comprehensive GD, WAT, PI preparation program. Great. And all these courses are in just one subscription. That is Grade Up Super. All right, structured live courses, full syllabus coverage, complete doubt resolution, and expert faculty members. Okay, so the subscription period can be of 3, 6, 12, and 18 months. Those people who are interested in this examination cycle only can go for either a 3 or 6 month subscription. Okay, those people who have to appear for CAT 2021, an ideal case should be to take subscription for 18 months because that will cover all the examination. I'm sure you know all these faculty members. They're almost public figures now, right? These as well, these as well. Okay, many 100 percentilers and without any exception, all high achievers on CAT and other MBA entrance examinations. So on that note, I would stop here. All the best. Thank you.